I'm Hannah Adams and I teach 6th grade math navigators at John Evans Middle School.
I'm Jacob Kramer. I teach 7th grade science, and this year I've been teaching 7th grade reading force.
My name is Brett Goldstein. I teach reading force to 8th grade students here at John Evans Middle School.
My name is Donna Stevenson and I teach 7th grade math navigator.
I'm Amber Brannicky. I teach 6th grade science and math navigators.
My name is Corey Pasillo. I teach 6th grade language arts, social studies, and rewards here at John Evans. And in my rewards class, I'm seeing students who, one, are becoming aware of a need in reading and realizing that, man, I didn't know how to read that word or those sounds before. And two, really taking ownership in that learning and setting goals and celebrating their growth. Class, what prefixes do we see?
X.
Second step is what, Mary Jane? Circle the suffixes. Class, what suffixes do we see?
Short.
After we circle the suffixes, what do we do next?
Underline the vowels.
You got it. Underline the vowels. What vowels am I underlining? After I underline the vowels, what's our next step?
Say the whole word.
You got it. What are those word parts? Everyone together?
Expansion.
After we say the word parts, we say the whole word? You got it. Word?
Expansion.
Very good. Go ahead and whisper read those sentences to yourself and give me a thumbs up when you have finished. Remember, if an adult comes by, to read a little bit louder so I can hear you. May I begin?
When the construction is finished, we can furnish the house. Everyone is sick because the infection is spread.
Good. Okay, go ahead and partner read your sentences. Make sure you take turns and you read all of the sentences. Give me a thumbs up when you are finished with your partner reading. You may begin.
The performance was very artistic.
Our new plane propeller is very effective.
The cruel words in the letter were unspeakable.
When construction is finished, we can furnish a house.
Everyone is sick because the infection spread.
Do you make a commitment to finish the work?
Can you exterminate the ants before they eat all the food?
I've had students such as Aldo, who was really excited he finished his first novel, and another student, Mary Jane, who wrote me a letter saying how she was more confident in class to volunteer and to read out loud in front of her peers. So it's really exciting, one, to see students taking ownership in their learning and making growth in reading, and that translating to more confidence in their other classes.
I think the kids get a lot of confidence from being in this class. I have some of the same kids in math navigators in my regular 6th grade math class, and those kids are raising their hands more, they're more confident in their answer, they're participating more. So I think that's been a surprising benefit of the math navigators program. Did you add the 10 underneath?
No, I put the 10 underneath.
Good. And why can we just keep the 10 underneath like it is?
Because if it's, you just have to add it because you can't add 10 plus 10, otherwise it wouldn't be the exact denominator.
Right, because it's the same denominator, so it just stays the same. What advice would you give Anthony? If Anthony was your friend and he was doing your homework and you saw he was doing it incorrectly, what would you tell him to help him out? Go ahead and look at Josh's answer with your partner. You're going to figure out, is he incorrect or is he correct? All right, once you've had that discussion, go ahead and correct his work if you think it is incorrect. So what are you going to tell Anthony?
I'm going to tell him that he got the answer wrong because the first T is the same, but he got the 2 right.
So you agree with his numerator, but you don't agree with his denominator? Okay, so let him know what he should do next time. What would you tell Anthony?
Like, you got it wrong because the denominator is supposed to stay the same. You don't add the denominator.
Yeah, you don't need to add the denominators. So what did he do wrong?
He subtracted.
He subtracted his answer. Good, so you would let him know that you don't have to add the denominators? Okay. You are going to go ahead and correct the rest of his homework. You're going to work all the way until page 43. On 3, you're going to show me your answer. 1, 2, 3. Show me your answer.
I'm Stacey Roberts. I teach 7th grade reading force at John Evans. I think that the explicit instruction that the kids are given has been really beneficial. I also think the small class sizes have created a cohesive group of kids where they are willing to share answers and volunteer. Even if they're wrong, they're not afraid. So the cause and effect wasn't so obvious, okay? Kind of the same thing. All right, I gave you guys, or you have your own, 2 colors. I want you to choose one color for cause, and I want you to choose another color for the effect. Okay, so some of what we're going to do today, we're not going to see these obvious words. But on the back side of your paper, I want you to work with your table group. And I want you to take turns reading the story.
My hamster was sitting in front of me, looking up and smiling.
I reached out to grab him and he took off under the couch and into the kitchen.
When I heard the scream, I knew my mom had seen my pet.
She scooped him into a colander and popped him back into his cage.
I tightly secured the top and he was back in his home.
I watched him play and thought for sure I saw him give me a little wink.
I've seen their confidence grow in the classroom because they're willing to volunteer answers. And they're not afraid of possibly being wrong because they've already built the confidence. They know how to find the answers. And if they are wrong, they know how to go back and correct what was wrong. Okay, we're going to read the last paragraph together. We're going to do some choral reading together. Try to stay at my pace and I won't try to talk as fast. Sprawling, unsustainable development. The United States, home to only 5% of the world's population, consumes 25% of the world's energy. I think that with both the choral reading and the jump-in reading, I think it's beneficial because it keeps them on task and keeps them focused on what they are reading, so they're not zoning off thinking about something that's unrelated. They're actually ready to read because they're on.
The coaching process, or the coaching cycle, has been tremendously helpful in the Reading Forest program. We met with the reading coaches before school even started back in August, where they immediately let us know they weren't necessarily evaluators. They were there just to help us in any and every way possible to make the class as successful as possible.
Stephanie Knippel's been my coach, and actually she's been really helpful. She has come into my classroom and done a model of how to teach, and then we did a side-by-side teaching, and then her feedback has been really helpful. And actually, from watching her, I've gained a lot of skills I've used, like the choral reading or the jump-in reading, or even the whisper reading that I've used then in my classroom, in my regular classroom, and in my Reading Force class.
So for the coaching cycle, a math coach comes in and she'll teach a lesson and I'll watch it, and then we'll co-teach a lesson, and then I'll teach a lesson, and then she'll provide me feedback with whatever focus we were working on.
Coaching cycle has been tremendously helpful as far as teaching this class. For someone like me, who is a history teacher, who's never necessarily taught a reading class, it's been good to have that support from the reading coaches.
Hello, I'm Juliana. I'm in 6th grade and I'm in Miss Pasillo's rewards class.
I'm Mary Jane. I'm in 6th grade and I'm in Miss Pasillo's rewards class.
Hi, my name is Amos. I'm in 7th grade. I have Miss Kramer for Reading Force.
My name is Joel. I'm in 7th grade. I have Miss Roberts for targeted instruction.
My name is Junior and I'm in 8th grade, and I had Trevino for Math Navigator.
My name is Kimberly. I'm in 8th grade, and I had Mr. Goldstein for Reading Force.
My name is Rosie, and I'm in 8th grade. I was in Reading Force intervention with Mr. Goldstein.
My name is Sarah, and I'm in 7th grade in Miss Roberts' Reading Force class.
My name is Jose Zavala. I'm in 8th grade. I was in Miss Trevino's Math Navigator class.
I'm Julian Contreras. I'm in 8th grade, and I was in Miss Trevino's Math Navigator class.
It helps me because before I was a really slow reader, but now I'm like fluent.
It helps me read longer words and help me just read more fluently.
At the beginning of the year, I didn't know it's hard to read, and now it's like I'm starting to get used to it. It's like easier.
Reading Force has helped me in a lot of ways. It helped me become a fluent reader and read longer and higher level words.
Reading Force has helped me because I know how to go through all the steps, like looking for the main idea.
Multiple meaning words, inferring, predictions.
We learn how to sound out words, like the bigger words, and put words that have different meanings.
Rewards helps me because I can now read more words.
When SB brings up number talks about dividing fractions, I'm the first one to put up my thumb.
In my normal math class, like when we work with fractions, I didn't used to understand it. Like I had trouble, and then after I got out of the Math Navigator, I understand it now. Like it's easy for me.
It helped me increase in my math skills in algebra. It helped me to learn how to add fractions and to multiply them. And I'm getting better grades in algebra now, and my test scores are going up in algebra.
I enjoy being in that class because it helps me more so I can get to a different class. And it'll help me more in life because I would be able to read faster.
And now I could read more words when we have to read for fluency.
That class I enjoy because it's an intervention, but at the same time it teaches you what to do, how to do it, and what not to do when you're reading.
Well, when I entered his class, I was reading 132 words per minute, and now I'm reading 185 words per minute.
My pre-test was 54%, and my post-test was an 80%.
My last score I got like a C on, and I brought it up to a B, almost an A.
Like the first day we took a pre-test, and I got a 44%, and then our post-test I rose up to an 88%.
As they start working through Math Navigator, they find that those activities are fun, and they also find like the activities are structured so they can experience a lot of success, and so they don't, because for a long time they've been told they're not good at math, and so now they get an opportunity to actually grow and get better at math.
A good thing about the program is that they're getting exactly what they need. They're in this class because they did poorly on this part of the pre-test, and that showed up as something that they needed. So they're not having their time wasted, but rather really targeted to what they needed.
As far as an impact on the students that I've been seeing, I've seen the biggest thing is that these kids have come into the class, and I really feel like this gives them a safe environment where they can kind of shed off their fear of where they're at and what they need, and they can open up, they can be comfortable about asking questions when maybe normally they might not ask those questions. And the growth in the classroom has actually been pretty phenomenal. A lot of these kids have come in and doubled their scores on their maze test in a matter of a couple months. Most of them, if not all of them, are now reading on a regular basis at home. They actually are talking about what they're reading. They're excited when they come into class to talk about those things.
The impact of the reading class, however, I have seen immediately in my history classes. Their essay writing has improved. For example, a lesson that we give on understanding sequence falls perfectly into a content area such as history. So the reading class is a tremendous help to the kids in all of their classes, not just in language arts.
A lot of times I feel like when I'm teaching Math Navigator, it's a lot like, it feels like it has a lot of the structure like my science classroom does with the problem solving and the group activities, as opposed to students just sitting there and watching me do math problems up on the board.